Good morning, teacher. I am student Gabriela Jacqueline Patilima. In this occasion, I will explain Book 28, Lesson 3. This is a grammar review. The content of this review are if clauses review, non-suffixes review, restrictive versus non-restrictive adjectives clauses. So let's start with if clauses review. It is important to remember what is an if clause. In this case, an if clause is a conditional that expresses a situation or condition or maybe a possible result. Maybe is when you have an effect and result. Okay, and its division are in real conditional and in non-real conditional. Unreal conditional. The real conditional is talks about a possible future action or event that may or may not take place, but there's a real possibility that it will. For example, if I win a lot of money, I will buy you a car. Imagine that you are maybe playing in the bingo or the lottery, and only is missing you one number or maybe one symbol, for example. And this is a real situation. Maybe if you have luck, you maybe will win the lottery, and maybe you can make the promise to buy a car. Okay, if or conditional clause. In this part, you can use simple present, present progressive, present perfect. In the main clause, you can use present, future, or imperative verb forms, and in modals to add meaning to the verb in the main clause. As I said, conditional sentences have two clauses, a condition, then the result. Present and real conditionals use the simple past in the if clause. If the verb is be, use were for all persons. Use could, might, or would plus base form in the result clause. Let's look some examples for understand better. If Martha moved abroad, she will learn another language. Where's my wallet? If he were more careful, he would notice that his wallet was missing. In this part, in the person of he, we are using were to express the verb be. This is the correct way to express. Okay. Then we have the unreal conditional. Unreal conditional in English are sentences that describe situations that are unlikely, untrue, or impossible in the present or the past. Past and real conditionals use the past and real conditional for past and real, untrue, imagined, or impossible conditions and their unreal results. Use the past perfect in the if clause. Use could, might, or would plus have plus participle in the result clause. Let's look some examples. If I had studied more, I would have passed the test. I would have left early if my car had started. In this case, if we notice, those are situations that maybe are imagined or maybe have unreal results. Sorry. Next, grammar. Non-suffixes. This is also a review. Non-suffixes nes, tie, and at. It has a meaning of state, quality, or condition. Let's look some examples. Adjective suffix and change into a noun. For example, we have the adjective happy plus the suffix ness, we have the noun happiness. Useful plus the suffix ness, we have usefulness. Safe plus the suffix t, we have safety. Loyal plus t, we have loyalty. Curious plus it, we have curiosity. And real plus t, we have reality. If we notice, adding this kind of suffixes, we are adding to the adjective a meaning of a state, quality, or condition. Then, suffix er, or, and ist. This is a non-suffix, we added this kind of suffixes in verbs to make nouns and has a meaning of that person or things does an action. Let's look some examples. Buy plus the suffix er, buyer. Believes plus the suffix er, believer. Instruct plus the suffix or, instructor. And navigate plus the suffix or, navigator. It added to some nouns. It has a meaning of person who does. Third plus is, tourist. Dent plus is, dentist. Okay, these are usually added at the end of some verbs, and these mean or indicate a person or thing that performs an action, and these form from verbs. Okay, so maybe more examples could be, give me a second. Yes, this is the correct meaning of person who does. Next, ion, Asian, shun, and sion. These are non-suffixes that maybe has a meaning of a state of, act of, or result of. Okay, so let's look some examples of this. When you put act and John is action. Educate plus Asian is education. Inform plus Sean is information. And decide plus Sean is decision. So if we notice, if we add this kind of suffix to these words, they change the meaning of a state of, act of, and result of. Else, ends, means, and way. This is are suffixes that when you add to verbs, make nouns which name an act, and it has a meaning of condition, quality, and result. For example, proof plus al, approval, has a different meaning of condition. Attend plus else, attendance, the same, has a different meaning of maybe a quality. Exist plus s, existence, has a meaning of condition. Agree plus agreement has a meaning of condition. And deliver plus delivery may be a result. Okay, and the last grammar is restrictive versus non-restrictive adjective clauses. Restrictive. The definition of restrictive adjectives is that an adjective clause is restrictive, also called essential, if it narrows down the word it modifies. It tells which one of the noun you are writing about. A restrictive adjective clauses is necessary to the meaning of the sentences. It is not separate from the rest of the sentences by commas. Okay, let's look some example. The players who are wearing the red uniforms are winning the game. If we take out the clause, we won't know which players are winning the game. It is a restrictive or essential clause. We can omit this part of the sentences. And non-restrictive is also called essential. If it narrows down the word it modifies. It tells which one of the noun you are writing about. A restrictive adjective clauses is necessary to the meaning of the sentences. It is not an adjective clause, is non-restrictive, and so called not essential. If we know exactly who is being writing about without it, a non-restrictive adjective clause is simple, adding extra information. Non-restrictive adjective clause need commas around them. So, for understand better the same, let's look at an example. Those girls who have been friends for years are all going to the same college. Without the clauses, we still know that those girls are going to the same college. The clause is non-restrictive. A proper noun is usually followed by a non-restrictive clause. Amanda, who is my best friend, is on the honor roll again. Without the clause, we know that it's Amanda who is on the honor roll from the rest of the sentences by commas. The players who are wearing the red uniforms are winning the game. If it is of this clause, we won't know which players are winning the game. So it is a restrictive essential clause. It is important talk about the previous example to compare the differences of these two restrictive and non-restrictive adjectives. So this is all. Thank you for your attention.